everybody, and welcome to another episode of Please Advise, which I hope is becoming one of your favorite advice channels. Today, I have with me what I would describe as probably one of the brightest future stars that I've met, that I've come in contact with. The one and only Mr. Stringz EMB.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me.
No. I appreciate you for coming. I really do. I really do.
That's love.
When I, started doing this season, I definitely wanted to highlight a lot of St. Louis talent. We talked a little bit about this before I came on film, but just so everybody knows, I wanted to highlight a lot of St. Louis local talent. So I did a lot of research as far as the people that I wanted to invite, and I said this earlier too. When I first reached out to you, I didn't know, if you was gonna give little old humble me a chance.
Stop it.
I didn't. You never know when you reach out to people how receptive they gonna be.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm young. Young. As far as
you're young. There you go.
to this. So, and you are up there.
Hey, I'm just working.
You're definitely working. You're definitely working, and seeing successes in that work.
Thank you.
Seeing successes in that work. We'll talk, of course, more about that.
All right.
But before we get into anything else, we have to talk about this robe.
Plush, baby.
It is definitely Plush.
Yeah, honestly, it's just shout out to my brother Doug Reuter. He actually has a brand. The website is willyrobes.com.
Okay.
WILLY robes.com. But I mean, really, it's just baller plush. I mean, this thing is easy, about 10-15 pounds heavy. He felt
it. Listen, when he came in, I'm like, oh, what's this? Because I thought it was like a blanket. I'm like, oh, this nigga done brought me a blanket. And he was like, it's the robe, and I'm like, that's kind of thick. But I'll tell you, I did, I did put it on, and it's thick, it's heavy. I said, if I had this robe, not only would I wear that motherfucker around the house, I'm wearing it to Schnucks, I'm wearing it to the gas station, and that's my winter coat.
It really is.
So thick and so heavy and so soft. Shout out to Willie Rhodes. Yeah. He did not pay me to say that. I'm saying it because I see it and I felt it.
Hey, real king shit, for real. But it's hot, so I'm about to take this bitch off. I love you, baby.
It's definitely a nice robe. You can hang it up right on top.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Why do you want to put stuff on the floor? No.
Hey, I'm just trying to be easy. Everybody just trying to be easy. Yeah, for sure. Get a little more comfortable.
Exactly. Go ahead and strap in, because it's a conversation.
All love.
Again, thank you so much for coming. I want to make sure that I definitely express my gratitude, and not only for coming here, but agreeing to have this type of conversation. Again, how we spoke before about some people are not as open, or they feel like they don't want to introduce that part of themselves, saying to the world. Not that it's anything special or anything life-threatening finna come out or nothing like that, but it's still going to be more of a conversation focused on you.
Yeah.
Because again, like I've said in several episodes, I feel like you make that connection with an artist or anybody trying to do anything when you actually know the person behind it, not so much just the product. You kind of see what they put into it, how much passion they have about it. For one, because you can't get behind nobody else if they not behind their own self.
Indeed.
I said they kind of fucked up, but I think
no,
they
understand, because I called it. They definitely understand.
All right, so again, thank you so very much. I guess to start it off, I do want to ask, Stringz EMB.
Yeah.
So I have never seen you with a stringed instrument. So I want to know, where did that come from?
All right, so the name Stringz is funny. That particular part of my name goes all the way back to high school. I went to McClure, right off 270 in Elizabeth, but I played basketball, and so I was on a JV team my sophomore year, and we would have, the day would be set up to where it's, the freshmen would play JV, then varsity, and then on the opposite days of the week, the girls would play. So it was our day for the freshmen JV, and so the girls were in the bleacher along with the crowd, and then our varsity guys, because they played after us. I was getting in the game, and I stood up and I had a wedgie. So Exactly. So you know where this is going.
I do.
After having the wedgie, the girls behind me, they were like, "Oh, he wore a G-string, wearing a G-string." So I'm like, "Oh, whatever." Got in the game, did our thing. We won the game, and that was that for the day. Right. Next day, I had home ec class because I love to cook. Had home ec class, and 2 of those upperclassmen from the varsity team, they were in that home ec class. So as I go in, shout out to B-Dub and Kobe. As soon as I went into class, G-string wearing ass nigga, G-string wearing ass nigga. Like, man, whatever. So I've never been one to get sad or mad about anything. I'm gonna joke on me, I'm gonna joke on you back. It's all love. We smile, we having fun. But after that class, the name G-string shot around the entire high school. My name, everybody was G-string because my real name is Greg. So everybody called me G-string. Like everybody called me. It traveled faster than like really class. And so I was like, whatever. All right, I'm G-string. Right. I just took it. Yeah. And even when my little brother came, because I was a senior. Well, that started in sophomore year, so I went by G-string.
So this stayed with you. It
stayed with me through the years.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was created sophomore year. Junior year I was G-string. Senior year I was G-string. My little brother, when I was senior, he was a freshman, and he was G-string's little brother. So, that was pretty much it.
Hilarious.
So I graduated from high school, went down to Memphis for college where I met my beautiful wife. Shout out to you, Dr. T-Bar. I love you, girl. But the name String, not G-string, but a string, that traveled with me down. I don't even know how. But a few of my friends called me String. I went with it because it's better than G-string shit.
It is. It definitely is.
So they called me String. And then fast forward, I graduated from college, spent a year down in Memphis, worked for FedEx. I had an internship with them actually my senior year. Graduated school, worked with them for a year after graduating. So shout out to y'all for giving me that opportunity. But I worked there for a year. My now wife, she's from Memphis. I met her down there. She was a junior my freshman year. We've been together since 03. So a long time.
Black love.
Hey, beautiful.
Black love.
I love her and I love my children. They're gonna get mad if I don't give them a shout out. Shout out to Christian, my son, he's amazing. Shout out to Carter, my daughter, she's awesome as well and amazing. I love y'all. But what was I saying? So we fast forward to I graduated from school. I worked at FedEx. My wife, she was in pre-med or a biology major at Christian Brothers.
Because I did hear you say doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was a biology major, and she was basically in the process of choosing which post position or whatnot she wanted to get into. Education, exactly. So it was between podiatry, it was between eye doctor, and chiropractic, and just ultimately just because of the things that were going on in her life. Her grandmother at that time had passed away just because of internal issues, and the doctor, and the doctors didn't really have like a direct reasoning or meaning behind it. So she wanted to dive more into it. Yeah. So she that was one of her reasons, if not the main reason, that she dove into chiropractic, because chiropractic is you receive the exact same education level as your medical doctors, your family pediatricians.
Chiropractors are doctors, right?
They are. They go to the same amount of schoolwork. It's just that they don't have a break, so they do all of that within 3 years that the other doctors do in 4 years. They don't do it in 4 years because they get a break. So it's the exact same boards that they have to take, exact same tests, and they know everything that this person knows. They just, all right, so, and no disrespect to doctors, but doctors look at, they look at or they hear about something that's wrong with the person, and then they go right to the books or the statistics on what could possibly assist.
Or what is most likely is.
The problem, what's most likely the problem. Chiropractic, they find out, they hear what the issue is, and then they do the same thing, but they're on a more internal, they're not looking to prescribe you any medicine. They're actually looking to see what is in your body that's causing this particular ailment, because everything that we do, or everything that basically heals us, is already within our body. We have everything that we need. Medicines come from plants, so if we ever need anything from outside of the body, just get the plant. So long story short, we're just against medicine and all that kind of stuff, or pills and all that kind of stuff. So so we're more of the holistic. So that was just me fast forwarding to her doing that. So we came back to she came to St. Louis with the Logan in Chesterfield. That was a chiropractic school. I ended up coming back a year after college. I was actually just trying to find myself, so I did a lot of
what did you study?
marketing, business marketing. So I have a major in business administration, a concentration in marketing, and I was like 3 hours away from getting a minor in sociology.
Okay.
So like understanding people, which it played its part. It actually still is playing its part. So I'm good with people, not because of kind of job, it's just because I'm just have like a natural rapport.
Yeah.
But ultimately, just trying to find myself back in St. Louis. Ended up getting a few sales jobs. Fast forward to 2014, because that'll be a longer story. But fast forward,
that will be a long story.
fast forward to 2014.
Okay.
I ended up losing one of the jobs that I found. I worked AT&T Yellow Pages. I was really, really good. I was in advertising salesman.
Okay.
I worked there, and I was like top 5.
Wait. We're gonna have to break that down. So when you say AT&T Yellow Book salesman, I've not seen a Yellow Book
In a long time, right?
since before 2014.
Yeah, okay.
So,
All right, so the majority of our sales push was digital advertising. So
Okay.
your Googles, yellowpages.com and things of that nature. So when people search you online, we're able to pull you up, and we provided like Google placement and things like that. It's a lot of businesses. I don't know if right now in 2021, but back then it was still a lot of businesses spending big money on the Yellow Pages, like your attorneys, because basically like in the city, let's say if you're downtown, you see the big ass displays on the side of the buses for attorneys.
right.
That same kind of placement would be in a big thing in a book, and they paid thousands of dollars per month. So we basically selling those kind of placements, and then online placements. I was really, really good, top 5 in the entire company, and just they had introduced a new product, and I worked the hell out of the new product, and they basically I made $25,000 in 1 month. They didn't want to pay me out. They ended up firing me, saying that I was using companies, company equipment for personal use. Ultimately, I was just calling my wife. I was calling my wife here and then, but shit, if I'm making all this money, obviously I'm doing my job, leave me alone. But I didn't fight it. I always believe that God sets up everything for whatever reason. So I was like, yeah, I didn't do this. They said I did. I was like, all right, you know what, whatever.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I told you earlier I am an HR professional by day.
Yeah.
So the HR in
come on,
is tingling, and I feel like, but you did though.
Technically, I did.
Not technically, actually.
No, you're right. No, you're right. I did. That's why I followed up with I feel like if I'm producing and I'm doing my job, I thought that maybe it would be okay for me to make a few phone calls.
You would think that.
Yeah.
Until you piss somebody off.
Until you make somebody mad. And technically, we go.
And actually,
you did it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's why ultimately I didn't try to fight it, because all right, you're right. I did do it. Yeah. I'm thinking that y'all gonna have my back the same way I was having y'all back when I was selling this stuff, selling y'all product. So, but ultimately I ended up losing that job. We were good for a while on the money that I made. But at a certain point, life doesn't stop. Bills don't stop.
You ain't gotta tell me.
You
definitely don't have to tell me.
I feel really, really, really deep on depression. Yeah. And just at that moment, I just started becoming much more prayerful, and just started asking questions, asking God what was for me, what was my purpose, and just because I was always that person, and it still is, in my family, within my friend circle, that just like helping people, make people smile, make people laugh, and that's just me. Yeah. So my wife, she'd asked me one day in the kitchen, she was like, what you gonna do for yourself? Not in a bad way, but I got into, or I was thinking about getting into music only because I have a cousin, EMB, shout out to you, baby, who I started the music with. And the only reason I even thought about getting into music because I wanted to push him, because I knew how awesome he was as a rapper. I never really thought about me getting into the music. I've been singing, but I wasn't like, yeah, I'm about to do this music thing. Yeah. It wasn't ever like that, which is weird. That's why everything that's developed has been nothing but God. It's never been like I've been thinking about this.
I feel like it's been you too.
No, all right. I'll take that.
You do that.
Yeah. I'll take that. But ultimately, all right, so getting into it, I started praying. Next week, I wrote my first song, and I just haven't looked back since then. But like I was saying, bringing up my cousin, Ian Brees, we was just basically just getting into it, like basically starting to heavily get into it. And we were coming up with names. He has a cool name to me. His real name is Rob Brees, but he just goes by Brees, and now Ian Brees because of the EMB. And I was like, man, what could my name be? Because I didn't want to steer too far off of myself, but I didn't want to just be Greg or Greg B. He was like, man, just maybe go by Stringz. They already know you. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that, and I just put the Z just to make it, make it hip. Yeah. And then the EMB, that's Easy Money Bloodline.
Okay. Easy
money, because whatever you work hard at and you put your passion, it becomes easy money. It's just second nature to you in bloodline, because I started the music thing with my cousin. So Stringz EMB. Long ass story. I told you
but a great story. I did want to unpack a little bit of that, but you went through it so fast. I feel like I was there.
I feel you.
You did tell me you was a talker, and talker you are.
I told you.
No, but that's crazy though, how you can be behind somebody else. And like you said, you was mainly trying to push him.
That was it.
And have found a whole lane of your own.
Man, it's crazy. It really is.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It's beyond crazy. It's amazing. Because normally my next question will be, what are your influences, but like you said, you never really, I guess, thought about being a musician. So what I will ask in lieu of that question is, when you are creating music, where does that come from?
Really? It just comes from, it all comes from God, honestly, because I don't really ever try to write. I just let it flow. So with my songs, whether it's a feature or it's a self-production of mine, I just pretty much write whatever I'm going through right there. Like my very first song was Time, and it was just about a relationship. And my wife and I, we have a great relationship, but like with relationships, you have those times where you have disagreements or whatnot.
I do know.
Exactly, yeah. So
I do know.
so that particular song was just about that, and it wasn't necessarily about our relationship, but it was about that particular time, and basically me turning that particular time into something that would resonate to individuals dealing with that overall basis in a relationship. So it was like, I'm sitting here trying to give myself to you. I'm doing the best that I can. You don't really appreciate that. Tell me, am I wasting my time? That's basically the overall gist of it, but that's how I write all of my songs. So depending on what I'm in, what I'm feeling at that particular moment, like even if I'm in a grocery store or something, I will hum a melody. If that particular melody gives me chills, I'm like, oh, I bring out my phone, bring my voice recorder, and I hum it again. So while I'm doing that, if it's really catchy, I'm gonna be humming that shit until I finish checking out, get in the car, then I get back to the crib, I play it again. If it give me chills again, I'm about to fill in that melody with words, and that's pretty much how the songs come out.
Really?
Yeah.
I listen. I don't want you to think that I'm gassing or nothing like that, but like that's amazing. Like I'm so serious. Like I don't feel like I know I don't have that creative spark.
I think we got.
I don't know. Like I've said this many times on shows before. Also, I would have sold my soul to the devil to be honest. I would have. If you don't know how many times I've asked somebody to just bless me with a voice. Yeah, like please. When I say please, because I feel like I'm supposed to be a singer. No, listen.
I'm supposed to be on that damn TV.
My favorite movie, Sister Act 2.
Oh man,
when she told Lauryn Hill, when you wake up in the morning, if you think about singing, you supposed to be a singer, girl. I felt that, man. Because when I wake up in the morning, not every morning, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like I told you before, I'm a big fan of karaoke. I can't sing. But I feel all of the songs and I get into it, and when I wake up, like sometimes I just be like, when I hear a song, I'm like, ooh, I could do this and I could do, like I'm playing in stage performances. I ain't got shit playing, but when I tell you in my mind,
hey, I'm everywhere.
In my mind,
I'm already here.
You can't tell me. Hey. And like so every time I talk to people who can sing or who do perform, it's like literally amazing to me. It is. that whole process you just put, I can't do that. I need to just, you know, give me a song that's already written and you know, play the music and I'll feel it and I'll tell you I will sell the shit out of a song via performance. If anybody check out any of my Facebook pages, just look. I got a whole karaoke group.
Alright,
look at that karaoke group.
Alright.
My nigga when I sang. But anyway, it's not about me. It's not about me. See, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. Okay, so that's how you create songs.
Yeah.
So listen. So that's my shit. Like, okay.
Where the chords?
Yeah. So no, but seriously, that is amazing, and like it's even the way you tell it, I can tell that like it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some people, I guess they kind of sometimes exaggerate their processes. Like they be like, you know, I lock myself in a room and I just listen to the beat and you know yada yada yada, and I'm like, I don't believe you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not that creative type, so I can't really relate, but at the same time I just feel like that's counterproductive. But like you said, you in a grocery store and some just, you know, hit your ear and you instantly recording it. Like I don't have that. I don't have that. If something hit my ear, I'm like, oh, that sounds good, and I'm, you know, what kind of potatoes I'm finna get. You know what I'm saying? It don't, like you said, to give you chills, it don't hit me like that. But if I'm watching TV and I see somebody perform, that hits me.
Okay. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're a performer.
I am.
Yeah, you're a performer.
That's what I proclaim to be.
Yeah, you're a performer.
Yeah, I'm definitely a performer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's amazing. So I do want to I guess back up a little bit. I don't ask questions in chronological order. So I heard you did say that you graduated from Marquette. McClure. See,
all good.
That's the water.
All good.
So you said you graduated from McClure. So I want to talk about a little bit, I guess, before McClure. Like, what area or areas are you even from? St. Louis, first and foremost.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, born and raised in St. Louis. So I grew up. When I say grow up, so maybe from birth pretty much until 3rd grade. I stayed on the north side, heart of the Ville, off Al down in Newstead. And actually, that takes me back to my very first performance. Not to take it off subject, but so I went from kindergarten. I was in 1st grade for 2 weeks, and then skipped to 2nd grade. I was but I'm a smart guy. I don't like to talk about
I get that.
Yeah. But from kindergarten to 1st grade, we did a kindergarten graduation. My very first performance, I led the kindergarten graduation singing "Lean on Me." So that was my very first performance. I went
like "Lean on Me."
When you're not
exactly.
Strong. That was me. The little guy looking like Michael Jackson, black white shirt. But I sung that. I went to John Elementary School, which is right across the street from my grandmother's house in Aldine. But then from there, I think we moved to maybe Co-Brilliant, which was like 2 blocks down.
Where it on Co-Brilliant?
I was it on Co-Brilliant and maybe off Co-Brilliant and Vanderbilt.
Oh, you was way down there.
Yeah.
See, that's my street, Co-Brilliant. That's where I grew up. From, I would probably say maybe so funny story. This is where I share. So we stayed over there on Co-Brilliant between Euclid and Marcus.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We stayed over there when I was very young. I would say probably like 2nd grade, 3rd grade. And then we moved to the south side. I stayed over for a while. And then when in the middle of my 6th grade year, we moved back on Co-Brilliant, same house. And then we stayed there. My parents still live there. So
nice.
That's literally where I grew up. I consider where you grew up is from like middle school up. You know, because that's when you are, you know, kind of defining yourself and really making lasting friends. Kind of becoming a real person. You know what I mean? So so that's where I grew up. So when you said Co-Brilliant, I'm like, I know this nigga didn't stay 2 blocks from me. You know what I'm saying?
Whole time.
But when you say you went to McClure, I'm like, oh, I ain't studying.
See, and then that's why when I say when you ask where I grew up, because you have to break it down.
You do.
I didn't get, so 6th grade, which are those years that define you, we actually did. That's when we were out in North County. But before moving out to North County, we went from like Co-Brilliant, then we lived like right off of Kings Highway, damn near South Side. Then we moved on the South Side off on Virginia Avenue. That was and I only know because of my school years. I was there 4th grade and 5th grade year. I went to Kennard, and then from there 6th grade we moved out to Florissant.
Okay.
My father got a job at Ford. Well, he still works for him. Ford Motor Company. They were out in Hazelwood, so we moved out there.
During that time span when you said you moved out there, I figured somebody got a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't move out there.
Yeah, shout out to my pops. My mom and my pops, they always working. My daddy, hard worker, like I said, he been with Ford since what, like 95, 96. He worked with Wonder Bread before then, so that's why we were in the city.
Okay.
Shout us out to North County. Worked out there. Went to elementary school, then Ferguson Middle, and then McClure High. And actually, I didn't even graduate from McClure because I love basketball. And basketball was honestly what just kept me, not necessarily out of trouble, because I wasn't a trouble kind of kid. It just kept me passionate about something. I played my JV year, my sophomore year. I ended up getting cut my junior year, which I was okay. I was like, I still got a year left. Senior year, and I worked on basketball. Senior year, I went out. He cut me again. I was like, you know what, coach? Fuck you. I'm playing basketball. I ended up having some people who went to Wellston, and over the summer, we ended up just going up to Wellston, just hooping with them.
Yeah.
The coach ended up seeing me and asked my peoples about me and said he'll bring me over, and so my daddy allowed it. So my senior year, second semester, I transferred to Wellston. Ended up graduating from Wellston.
Wow. Ain't that something?
Man.
Listen, it just sounds like you have had a great upbringing. And you learn so much about people.
It's real.
That's, I think, one of the things that I like the most about talking to people about themselves, because like I said, normally when you are doing interviews, the higher you get, the shorter the interview time is, and because you normally just promote something. But I like the conversation. I like getting to know you. Like, you have told me literally like your whole life story.
That's funny. You're
just
right.
that quick.
Yeah, you are
just that quick.
Correct.
And I probably only asked you like 3 questions.
I told you I'm a talker.
You did, and you have been talking, and I live for every freaking second of it. Like, it's great when you have somebody on that loves to talk, loves to express themselves, is passionate about what they're doing. Although, like you said, you never dreamed that or aspired to be this, it has literally taken a lane of its own, it seems like. But at the same time, like when you told the story about, how you heard a melody and you would record it, like, that's artistic. And then you told me about a time when, you were singing your kindergarten graduation. So you've always, I guess, been within it. Okay, so I guess what I want to know is, like, what did anybody else in your family sing, or?
Yeah, so shout out to my cousin Gerald. He was the singer of the family within my generation. Well, not so within me being a child. He's older than I am, but within me being a child, he was the one who just go around grandma's house. Cause we lived in grandma's house, so a lot of cousins in and out, uncles, aunties, and all that good stuff. But he was the one that was just known for singing, and still is known for singing. And then I also hear, as I develop more into music or becoming more of an artist, a lot of my aunts telling me, my great grandfathers and all of them, they had singing and music abilities as well. So it literally is in my blood. And I mean, obviously, I've always been attracted to just singing. Whenever I hear a song, and I've always had like a raspy voice, so whenever I hear an artist that has a raspy voice, I'm doing it because it sounds the same as mine, and it feels good. So I've always just been within it. But like I said, just never really thought about taking it professionally or just really until when I fell into depression, and it was what allowed me to breathe, because I was in a really, really dark space. But it allowed me to get out. Like, shout out to karaoke. You love karaoke, but really karaoke is what got me through it.
Listen, it's not about me.
It is.
It's not.
It's about us.
No, but it's about you. It's about, they know me.
True.
They know me. True. They may not know
you like karaoke.
My deep, fetish with karaoke. They may not know that. But anybody who knows me generally,
they know.
They know. But okay, so no, but that's amazing. Like, and then again, just like you said there, once you start getting into it, you start to hear about other people that have done it before you. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to sing.
Hey, you can preach both.
I don't know if I can. I feel like I've lived enough life to know if I can sing yet.
True.
I feel like my second overall dream when I grow up, I want to be a superhero.
Hey, okay.
But I've come to realize,
particular.
I want to be able to read people's mind and like Professor X.
That's a good.
I do need my legs though, but
I'm here. Man,
yeah, I can handle this. That's another topic.
Yeah.
But I need my legs, but yeah, I think that's probably the most fascinating power.
Yeah.
Because us being in the public eye, we always, well, me, I can't just throw you in there, but me, I always sometimes wonder what other people think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not so much as, do they like me? Do they not like me? But just generally, what do they think?
That would honestly be the power that I would choose also, only if I had the ability to turn it off. I wouldn't.
Like, you don't want to just listen all the time.
What? That would drive me crazy. I'm like, because people have problems. People have problems.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
If I can't turn it off, keep that shit.
I get that. Did you watch Charmed?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so remember when Phoebe first got her powers of empathy, and she would just be feeling
everything.
I get that. Now I don't want to just break out crying.
That's what I'm saying. I want to go into a corner away from everybody with that.
Especially when people going through extreme stuff, and could you imagine that?
I don't want to. That's the whole reason about me part of this conversation. I don't want to.
You don't want to. But no, what I was saying was, when I said I wanted to be a superhero, I have to realize that superheroes, they go through extremely tragic events early in life.
True.
Either their mama died, their daddy died, or in the case of Superman, his whole world dies. But anyway, both my parents are still alive, so I know I'm not getting no powers. And you normally get powers before you turn like 28.
Yep.
I'm a little bit past that, so I've given up. I can still be a performer though.
There you go. Hey, that's what's out there for you. That's what's out there for you. It's waiting for you.
So, like cabaret. I would do the shit out of cabaret.
Yeah, I'm here.
Because I feel like I can hold a tone long enough to make it through a song. Not two, just one. And then I need to, sit down, drink some water, gather myself, and come back.
I can see that though.
But yeah, I can do one song.
Yeah.
I can do one song. Listen, it's not about me. So
hey, it's out there available. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if within the next year or so. Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was I gonna say? Okay, so you find out about other people doing music. You get into it. Okay, so you kind of went off into a little bit about your first song.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to ask. I guess it's kind of along the same lines, but like, what was, I guess, the first song that got you out there and noticed, if that's the right way?
I feel you. It's a song that I did called $1, and the motivation for me was, like I said, I got into music because of depression. The depression started because of financial constraints. From getting out of that particular position, because I got fired from that particular job. I ended up having like some really small jobs, but I didn't really put myself out there to try to get a job because I knew my worth. I knew how good I was, and I didn't want to just do any kind of job. But at the same time, you have family, you have people behind you, like, you need to do this, you need to do this.
Yeah.
And I get it. Yeah, you think I need to do this, but God told me to leave this job, so I'm not about to just jump into something else too quick. But ultimately, shout out to Cal Meese. He hit me up about where I work at now. We are Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. So I'm in the mortgage industry. I'm a loan officer.
Okay.
But basically, he hit me up because he worked at AT&T with me also. He was one of the top producers also. But he knew that I'm a hard worker. I'm all about making money, and I'm an excellent salesman. I don't consider myself a salesman, but I'm an excellent salesman.
You said.
Yeah, I did. But ultimately, he got me at that job. It was completely out of my realm of what I knew. It was all new information, and it was a lot fast. So it took me a while to basically get over that learning hump.
The learning curve.
Yeah. So I finally did it. finally got a nice commission, and to me, I got $1. So I went with that was in case y'all don't know, people who watch this, from Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Shout out to y'all, I love y'all. But that's where the motivation of that song, or at least the hook of it, came from. I got $1. I got my first commission check to where I was able to basically do things.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, again, it's fascinating. Like, I don't know if I could. I think about a time in my life where I really, I mean, of course we've all gone through that.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I can't make a song to it though.
You can. You gotta stop saying can't. I'm gonna bring my daughter, my son here. When I say, I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna say, hey, what's can't? They're gonna say, can't is the inability to succeed. I will succeed. We don't say the word can't. You better stop it. You better stop
okay, so when I say can, I probably could articulate my feelings. Yes, because I feel like I know how to talk. Exactly. I know how to use my words.
You do well.
I can articulate what I mean to say.
Yeah.
Yes, but I cannot hear a melody.
I got you.
And put words to it.
I got you. Okay.
Well.
All right.
Like if I'm listening to a song that I know, I can throw some ad-libs at the end.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Don't fuck with me on no ad-libs. I'm telling you, my nigga, if I could sing. Okay. So I can, go along with it. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I could write it.
Okay.
Like I can talk to you about it, and then you can,
take those thoughts and do it, and then you'll perform the hell out of it.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
I got you.
The hell out of it. Like I said, and it's okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay.
It really is.
You know what I mean?
I mean, really, they're even some of the top people, they are just performers.
Yeah.
Cardi B, maybe she writes now, but she starts off, and she's started off as a performer. They wrote her songs, and she performed the hell out of it and make it sound like it's her song.
A performer.
Exactly. It's a lot of performers, and it's okay to be a performer. You can really take that anywhere. Like you said cabaret. That's a whole lane. That's a whole industry.
That's only performance.
Exactly.
They don't expect no F-sharps and
if you got that, then that's a plus. But they don't
expect that. They need the show.
That's the main
thing. That's what I can provide.
Yeah. See, it's that passion I can provide.
Listen, if you give me a microphone and put me in front of some people, I don't know. It just, I feel like I'm a superstar. And I feel like even though it was free, y'all paid to see me.
Hey, yep.
And I need to give you your money's worth.
You do. Hey, for real, that's how it is.
I do.
That's the passion.
It is passion. It really is. But again, it's not about me. So, I do want to hear about, I guess, your first performance. Not the one you did in kindergarten.
I got you.
Not the one you did in high school.
Yeah, okay.
But yes, your first performance as Stringz EMB.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so and shout out to the love that I got on that one. Okay, so within me getting fired from not AT&T, it was one of the jobs that I got within that span of basically just finding myself. I worked for a warranty company. Excuse me. I worked in the warranty industry. Then AT&T got fired, and then there was a gap of nothing. And one of the jobs within the time of finding myself.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I love your openness about all of that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't even have to say none of that.
Right.
But that even adds more to your character.
I was gonna say it's my story.
It's your story. It's your story. Like I get that. Even when I, a couple episodes first season, I told my story because I feel like I didn't want to seem like this guy that was just on the internet telling you what you should or should not do.
Yeah,
so I felt like, and it was important for you to know where I come from, so that you know that I can relate.
It's real people. We're real people.
Listen to me when I say I can relate. Yeah. So I love that. I love that. I didn't say that to tell you to stop doing it. I said it to I see you.
Yeah, that's love.
I see you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. All good. All right. So what was I saying?
You was a warranty company.
All right. So the warranty company. All right. Yeah. So that's what I was getting to. So you asked me about the performance. So the warranty company, and I was good at selling warranties, but we worked downtown, so I drove to a good area. You know, when you go into a good office, you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So I felt good about myself, but then it was just something just really, really heavy on my heart, and God was just telling me, because every day I drove into work, I just felt more and more heavy. I used to try to even do, like, come in late on some days, and I would spend those days that I would come in late to go help out at my son and my daughter's daycare. Shout out to Miss Owens, I love you. And I was just telling her the other day, she actually just retired. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I was telling her, she was saying that out of the 30 plus years that she had been doing daycare, she had never had a parent that came in to assist in the way that I did. But then I was telling her, like, really, you don't know what you helped me with. God put me in, he put us in each other's lives for a reason.
Yeah.
You gave me what I needed. These children, they gave me what I needed. They made me feel whole. Even though I was good at my job, they helped to fill a void that I needed at that particular time. So that was huge for me. But ultimately, I ended up getting fired from, so I mean, I guess I can put this out as years later. I didn't really get fired from that, from the warranty company. I quit. But it was a mutual thing. The owner, he
There are no mutual quits.
No, really. The owner, he knew how good I was, because there was one reason why he brought me on, because he heard about how good I was, and I was highly recommended. But at a certain point, it was like I wasn't producing, but it's like they saw my passion just leaving. So we had a conversation. He was like, all right, so I'll give you till next week to do your thing. I'm not going to fire you, but just go ahead and tell them that I fired you and apply for unemployment, and that was that. So it really was a mutual thing. So that next week, I put my effort, but just, man, God was just pulling me this way, as at the same time trying to just show that I'm a man and I can produce, I can do my thing. But really, God won. I ended up leaving that job. As I heard,
he always does.
Always does, baby. I ended up leaving that job, got unemployment. I say that because I created that mixtape off of that unemployment check. That's the only reason I said that. So that's where the funding came from, that mixtape. I ended up putting that mixtape out January 2015, and my very first performance was a performance of me doing my entire mixtape.
Oh.
Yeah, so I promoted the mess out of it. I didn't know what I was doing at all. The mixtape was called A Dose of Me, because I was so afraid of getting into the music. I was only going to give the world a dose of me, just a little dose of me, to see how y'all feel about it. Yeah. And so I promoted the heck out of it, or the most that I could from
that
Instagram.
You knew.
Exactly. Singing all type of stuff, just putting out little clips. I had a lot of love from my people in Memphis. They drove up, surprised the hell out of me. It was beautiful.
Really?
My family here in St. Louis, my cousins, they came out, supported the shit out of me. So our very end, shout out to EMB. He performed 2 of the songs, because he's on that CD also. But ultimately, I was so nervous. My only focus was to make sure that I did not forget the words. I did it was 10 songs on the track. I think 1 was the intro. I didn't do the intros. So I did all the songs, and my main thing was just to try not to forget the words. I made it through it, got a huge amount of love, and that was that. But that takes me back to January 2015.
Really? Yeah. Okay, so I very seldomly know all the words to a song.
All right.
I will get up there and do a karaoke, but a lot of them words I don't know.
I feel you just filling in spaces.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but when I say I sell it, but no, like that. When you said the part about trying to remember all the words to the song, I don't know no words to no song.
Hey,
I know almost all of it, but I guarantee you in there is some words missing, or I'ma get low, or
something.
But yeah, but the rest, flawless. The performance part though, the performance.
Hey, 10 plus. Hey, easy.
Okay, so it's not about me. It's not about me. So no, because it's so. Anyway, okay, so you do your performance. You do all 10 songs.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember all the words.
I did.
Okay,
success.
So
win.
What? Okay, speaking of success, and maybe I want to make sure I word this correctly. At what point did I guess you realize that this was something that you wanted to actually dedicate yourself to? I mean, I know you still got a day job, obviously, because you have a family and responsibilities. We all do.
Yeah.
But I get the passion, I get the dedication, because again, I'm dedicated to please advise, but at the same time, I need to make sure I can cut these lights on.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? So I we there.
Yeah.
So I want to know at what point, like what, and you talked about depression. I don't want to go into that really, but I feel like I have to in order to get this question out. Coming out of the depression, you started to write music, you started to record music. So I guess at what point did, like, I know you could probably see the light, but at what point did you arrive at the light?
So with depression and light, yeah, that's a good metaphor to speak about. But with depression, like if you've ever been depressed, it's not really, you don't ever really get over depression. You just get in front of depression and it's still behind here while you're chasing the light. So basically, that's where I am right now. I've been in an extremely happy mode and extremely just a light position. Like right now, the more that I do and the more just small successes that I have, it just keeps me, it's like a boost. Like if you play playing video games, you play a racing game, you get that boost. Yeah, it's just another boost. So basically, I'm just continuously running towards that light. And that's why I actually just, one of my recent releases is called Lights On. And it's talking about running away from depression towards that light.
Is that what that's talking about?
That's what it's about.
I mean, again, I've listened to it. So I just told you that's one of my favorite songs of yours. So I get it. Yeah. Now that I really think about it, like even the way you just start off, like
thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
And I also love the way you explain things. Like you can definitely tell that you are intelligent. You can definitely tell that you are educated because of the way you explain things. Like even when you first started and you spoke about, you know, your wife's medical choices, like even the way you kind of broke it down, and it's not like you used a lot of big words or nothing like that, but you, like, I had no idea what chiropractic was.
I got you. Okay.
I mean, I you know, had a general idea, but when you talk about it like that, like I didn't know that they, you know, did the same stuff or, you know, none of that background stuff.
Yeah.
And that also speaks to how in tune you are with her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It really does. It really, and I don't want to talk a lot about that, but it does, because you understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, in relationships we kind of do our own thing, you know. So it's refreshing. Like I said at the beginning, black love.
Yeah.
But it's also refreshing to see that y'all are, well, you are actually in tune with her, and you understand what she does, and you know the impacts that it has, and you know that again. I'm a fan of love. I'm a fan of love. Love is love. Yeah, but I am a huge fan of black love. I really am. That's all I want to say about that.
That's love. I appreciate you. Yeah, for sure. I love you. Love the hell out of my family and my tribe, and all that good stuff.
Go. So, you said you was getting ready to go somewhere to do a show. Getting ready to start a tour.
Wow, yeah, okay. So So actually, right now, when this airs, Cats Out the Bag, I'm touring with Lyfe Jennings, legendary R&B singer. So,
it's out the bag because I already seen it. It's out the bag.
That's actually huge because, all right, so obviously, when you're a performer, when you're an artist, and basically you're just grinding, you're aspiring. Either you get a record label, or you basically take the other steps to stay independent and just transition as quickly or as smoothly as possible. And within doing that, not necessarily latching on, but to find yourself within like a tour or that type of position to where you open for an artist where the vibe matches yours, it couldn't get any perfect.
When I heard your music, I mean, like even like I said before we talked, I told you what kind of vibes I was getting from each and every different song. But like when I first heard it, I immediately thought that like this is kind of Lyfe Jennings-ish.
Yeah, exactly. Ish.
Because it's a lot of stuff ish.
Yeah.
But Lyfe Jennings was the most recognizable thing that I could relate to initially.
And I was because that's the thing. So if that Lyfe Jennings things couldn't get any more perfect, because me thinking about an artist, like I was saying, you want to find yourself within a major artist, the camp or whatnot that matches your vibe.
Correct.
For me, it was Lyfe Jennings, Anthony Hamilton, B.O.B., and obviously Andre 3000 if he were still here, because of when I do the rapping-ish type of thing.
Yeah.
But with the Lyfe Jennings, I can't. It didn't fall in my lap because I worked my ass off. But with that happening, like that's why I said this is not me. It's God, and I'm just walking and working. That's it, walking and working.
Because I was gonna ask how that happened.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I want to know.
Yeah, okay. So in August of this year, I had my probably my biggest headlining concert that I had in St. Peter's. It was amazing. Yes. Like grown men were crying and all type of shit.
Yes. I had prior engagement, so
it's all good.
I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
So I was not able to make it.
Yeah,
however, I saw quite a bit of footage.
Yeah, it was.
I'm so mad I couldn't make it, but Lyfe, my nigga. All right.
But basically, so just moving from that, I reached out to the promoter, and he just saw the hustle, and then just got me hooked up with Lyfe. I did my thing with the Lyfe performance, and then so you don't necessarily get to speak to Lyfe because he's obviously working. He's from here to here, but he's not the one that necessarily makes the decisions anyway. It's the tour manager. My wife spotted there from the beginning. She was like, Lyfe is cool and all, but I think you want to talk to him. And it was the tour manager and tour manager / DJ / music arranger. Shout out to Rio. So ultimately, I ended up speaking with him in the short time that we had the ability to. He was like, "Yeah, man, I bring you out to Chicago," and I was like, "You know what? Hell yeah!" So we ended up exchanging contacts, info or whatever, and then just from there, history. I'm just along for the ride, doing my thing, and just pushing strings as much as possible. Strings and that. I'm sorry, PA. I was about to say EO Sono because I'm so used to.
What? Hey, bro. Hey.
I'm so used to having my shirt on.
But
just pushing me, pushing my brain. That's about it. Yeah.
I get that. So I'm actually glad you brought up that performance that you did in St. Peter's. How did that happen? Because I don't see a lot of that. I don't see a lot of that. And not only were you there, my homie Mookie was there. Yeah. And it was, a couple of other artists who I don't know so well. But I know that it was, a couple of y'all. But I mean, which two I was mainly tuned into. But how did that come about?
All right, so shout out to Transcendent Media Group. They had reached out to me in regards to doing another show because I worked with them. They actually put on my very first band performance ever back in 2019, and so that was fun. It was a good turnout. But this one, it just happened to be a good time when he reached out. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So we talked about the splits and whatnot, and then just basically from
the splits,
because they're the promotion company or the promotion team, and then I'm the artist. Honestly, I did the majority of the promotion. That's because I carry my brand.
Because you're the star.
Exactly. I carry my brand in the way that I want my brand to be represented. They did their thing, but the majority of everything that people saw that would brought people out was me, empowered by me, my wife, and our brands. But ultimately, they said it was my show, so I reached out to the artists that I like, that I rock with. Okay. So that's why, Mookie, you definitely on her. I reached out to a rapper, and then Shylin. Shout out to Shylin. And shout out to No Offense. Shout out to MC Trey. But ultimately, I culminated that just because I wanted the people to have a great experience. I wanted them to enjoy great music, great vibes, and just have a great night.
That's what it was. By the time I learned about it, like I said, I already had something else going on, so I couldn't make it. But again, even when I talked to Mookie about it, I really wanted to go.
Yeah, it was.
So like I said, Mookie is on the karaoke circuit, so I see this nigga perform all the time.
I see a lot of
him. I see him sing songs, but I don't really see him. I've never seen him
getting there with his live band. He a monster.
I know. So that's why I was so mad that I couldn't make the concert. But like I said, from the footage that I saw, I know it was amazing.
Yeah,
I know it was.
It was a beautiful night. We brought out a nice amount of people all in. They said it was like 250 people in the building. The ticket sales, the price of the tickets were from $15 to $250 for the booth.
Yeah.
Well, sold out all of the booths. Well, no, we were one booth away from selling out the booth. We sold out all of the private tables. They were $100, and then we had a bunch of general admission.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, to be a St. Louis artist, I want to say local artist. I don't consider myself or any of those artists local because our music has touched several other countries, several other cities and states. So we're St. Louis artists, East St. Louis for Mookie, but we're just born and raised and we're pushing out. But to be able to create something like that and have individuals pay $250 to come see us, to come see me, what?
I'd have paid it.
Man, it's a blessing. And basically that's the resume that I push from here on until somebody is tired of hearing it, because those numbers that they aren't done by a lot of people. And so I'm pushing these numbers, I'm pushing my product, I'm pushing my creativity and my uniqueness. And honestly, that's how I got on that first Lyfe Jennings show. And then from the first Lyfe Jennings show, I did my thing. And so he saw me do my thing, and now I'm on, and I'm hey, you got to do a lot to get rid of me, Lyfe Jennings and Rio. I'm with you, baby. We're a team. We are a team. Let's go.
Listen, I don't even, like, I'm in awe. Like, no joke. Like I said, I absolutely admire people who entertain for a living, even though I guess that's kind of what I do.
Exactly.
You know, but we ain't gonna talk about the differences and from what I, presume to do, what you actually do. So we ain't gonna talk about that. But like I have learned so much today, not only about kind of your story and how you kind of made your way this way and that way, but also you as a person. Again, intelligent,
thank you.
Articulate, you speak well, you really do, you be surprised. You'd be very surprised. So I feel like even if we wasn't talking about you or the music or like any topic we talking about,
it would be a good conversation.
It would be a good conversation.
I love good conversation.
It would be a good conversation. Yeah. I get that from you, and that's just a personal compliment to you.
Thank you.
But because
you speak well also. Don't keep on.
I do this for a living.
True indeed.
I told you it used to take me a long time.
Yeah, you did.
So I had a lot of practice. I had a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
That's what it takes, though.
That is what it takes. Nothing worth having comes easy.
No, not at all.
It definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't. So we talked about kind of your upbringing. We talked about you getting introduced to music, learning that it's actually part of your bloodline, and you kind of tapped into that. And you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I know a lot about you. We could literally talk for hours on end. I was on end. But I want to take this time to kind of give you time to shout out anything you got coming up, any brand you represent, because obviously I know you got your own brand, so
sure.
Definitely interested to hear about that. And we'll tell a story when we get to that point. But yeah, it's you, bro.
Alright,
it's truly now all about you.
It's not about me. It's not about me.
Yeah.
Alright, well, first off, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to come through and chill out. And it was more of a conversation than an interview.
I told you.
Yeah, so I can't say thank you for the interview. Thank you for letting me chill and vibe with you, bro. Really.
Thank you for coming to talk to me.
No doubt. As far as what I have coming up, so I'm trying to do my best after those shows. So I have a show, 2 shows here coming up in Chicago within this month of October, and then just after that, I'm holding back from like local St. Louis shows just to chill out for a bit, but still hitting other cities and doing my thing out there. I have a very big show coming up in February 2022. It'll be at the St. Louis Library. That sounds like a weird venue.
Not to me.
The city library, the Central Library on Olive. It is
Don't
gorgeous.
fucking sleep on Olive.
It is
Listen, I did a job fair down there. Listen, don't.
Beautiful.
When I tell you, sometimes St. Louis surprises me. Sometimes it surprises me. Like, you know, we grow up and we live here our whole life, so some stuff just kind of becomes mundane for us, you know. But when I stepped in there, my nigga,
man, what that that's exact vibes. It is gorgeous. $70 million renovation. $10 million went into the auditorium, so they reached out. So
I didn't even see the auditorium, so I could just, I could just imagine from the, I don't even want to say foyer, but whatever, from the entranceway, just walking in there.
Man, it's like you're in another country now.
I'm telling you, I looked around. Like,
it's grand.
I feel like I'm underdressed.
Exactly, man. For real, for real. It's grand. It's gorgeous. So I have a show there. February is actually my birthday month, so I'll probably just push it as a birthday show. But right now the date is tentatively February the 17th, as long as there's no Blues hockey game, because we don't want to have to compete with traffic or parking. The show for the people obviously is absolutely free. I'll have free food, free drinks, and all that good stuff. Just come, free. Come out and experience. It'll be a real Stringz experience. So come out again. That'll be February 2022. Y'all stay posted. Follow me. I'll keep y'all posted and all that good stuff there. I'll be having a bunch of like billboards and stuff out about it as well. So I'll keep it in front of y'all about that. But that's the biggest thing that I have coming up so far.
Okay. That's huge.
Other than, I am so excited.
And free.
And free.
When I say, listen
trying
to
to
me.
tell you, come out. Enjoy,
I almost just reached for my phone
to put it in. But I know
I gleam that we'll still be in contact.
For sure.
So I will. I'm not missing no more shows.
All right. Okay. Just look. I appreciate you.
Listen, you have a fan. I am generally a fan of everybody I invite. Okay. But I was really a fan of yours
thank you.
Before you even came. So that's why the closer it got, I'm like, oh, we going. You know, seriously, because anybody
you did hit me up a couple times.
Yeah, because
I'm like, I'm coming.
Listen, you know, you my headliner this season.
That's love.
Whether you know it or not. I will second because of course it's me.
Yeah,
then, you know,
it's not about me.
But it's not about me. But no, I can't even express how glad I am that you came through. I really am. Again, everybody that I invite, I am a fan of, genuinely. But you do have people that you are more a fan of.
Indeed.
I am definitely more a fan of you.
Thank you.
Even more so today.
That's what's
like, because again, you never know who you invite.
True. Hey,
you never know. You could have
been of the person.
Yeah. You know, you could have just been sitting over there just staring at the camera, and I could have been, you know, pulling teeth and, you know, let's wrap this shit up. You know what I mean? So, you know, so I again, and I appreciate all of the openness as well.
Oh yeah.
You told not only your story, but you told the backstory behind your story. You told where it comes from. And that makes it all the more special that you have it. It does. I promise it does. Like when you spoke about depression and all that type of stuff again, you know, but you spoke about it. So I don't think I've ever been depressed, but I can relate to that because I've been in that situation. I don't know if I was depressed about it, but my nigga,
I feel you.
I've been there.
Yeah.
So I related to that a lot. And for you to overcome that, again, like I said, I'm not just lying and gassing when I say I'm so serious. Your story is amazing.
Thank you.
It really is. It really is. From beginning to, well, from all that I've heard, it's been an amazing story. And I think you're an amazing person. I wish you the most success. But I'm not saying that to wrap up because you know we got some more talking to do. But now it's back to you.
No, it's all good. But really, that actually leads me into this. But everything that we talk about is my story. As we talk about, it's my story. It's what made me me, and it's who and what I am. Which brings me to promo time. This is yours, brother. The brand is Io Sono. It looks like Io Sono, but it's Io Sono. It's Italian for I am, which is the most powerful statement in our vocabulary.
Correct.
Because whatever we say after becomes our truth. So the brand represents self self-individuality, self-empowerment, and just everything about just being the best you that you can be. But this is yours, brother. I appreciate you for having me. And also, the latest venture, Monster Sauce. Monster Sauce. If you like spicy, but I mean spicy, this, yeah, that's you. I hope it's the right size. It's small. I didn't. You were a medium. All right.
Listen, I am tall, dark, and handsome. What I can do is
do it, baby. For sure.
Anyway, it's not about me.
It's not about me. Not about me. I promise you, you're gonna look good in it.
Listen, what time is it? No.
All right, so and the latest venture is Monster Sauce. So the slogan that I created is chaotically controlled concoction of spicy pepper, like the spiciest of peppers and tropical fruit. So it's next level spice, but because of the tropical fruit, it doesn't linger around. It calms it down. It's delicious on everything, anything grilled. Put it on there. I promise it'll spice it up. Just probably keep it away from dairy or things with dairy because of the tropical fruit. It clashes, but it's delicious. But again, it's spicy, and I'm eager to hear your thoughts about it.
Listen to me. Listen. True story. When he came in here, when we spoke earlier, and he said he was gonna bring some hot sauce, I'm like, I don't know if, because no, seriously, because like, what was it, like a few days. It was literally like within these last couple of days. I had started to see, I had been seeing it, but more prevalently, I had started seeing a lot of posts about this Monster Sauce. And again, I told you, I just did an episode with, local St. Louis business owners, and I would have invited the Monster Sauce guy. I would have, but it was already too late. It was already planned. So, but I did reach out. I'm like, yeah, it looks great. Whatever I said, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna place an order. So when he said he was gonna bring some hot sauce, I still never correlated the two. And when I say I've seen dozens of pictures online of people purchasing their Monster Sauce with this nigga grinning in the fucking picture, and listen, and me, that's why I can't be a Facebook detective. I don't know who is with who. I don't look in the background. None of that shit. I just take shit for face value.
And that's it, right?
Yeah, because you was promoting Monster Sauce. I can give a fuck who hold me. What's up with this Monster Sauce? No, seriously. So when he, had this, I'm like, oh, why would he bring me Monster Sauce? So then when he said, it was his, or did I have it came down? And I'm like, what, not just in your inbox? So listen, it just goes to show you how your work is out there. Like I swear to Jesus, I had no idea that you did this. Like I really wanted some of this. I told you I have been seeing, like I like the page and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get some of this Monster Sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like spicy sauces. I know my partner likes spicy sauces. I'm like, yeah, let me see what he's and he local.
Yeah, for sure.
And all these people was happy to have their sauce.
They really were.
They did look happy.
I promise.
So, listen to me. This, I love the hoodie.
Throw that shit. It's cool, but
I love the hoodie. But nigga, when I say, and like you told me, I'm gonna put it in the icebox. I'm gonna let it get a little chill to it. Sure, let these break down and vinegarize, if that's a word, in about 3 days. Ooh. Yeah. I just what's it like? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, that seems like chicken day.
Yep. Have fun with that. Just let me know what you think. That's it.
Immediately. I might go live. I don't go live a lot.
Don't hurt me.
I don't go live a lot.
Don't hurt me.
I don't go live a lot.
Oh, you go live. That's gonna
be if it's good. If it's good. Okay. It's not about me. But no, seriously, I am very excited to try this Monster Sauce.
Cool.
I definitely am, and I will give you all of the shout outs.
Please.
Like every single one of the fucking shout outs. No.
And I care more about what you think as a person.
If I don't like it, I won't shout it out probably.
There you go. You
know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you though.
Yeah, that's just real.
Like, hey, bro, like you said, it's cool.
Hey, dog. And that's what I love.
And me too. I'm a big fan of feedback, constructive criticism. Because if I don't know,
then I'm just gonna keep on producing bullshit, and I don't want to produce bullshit.
Please tell me if it's bullshit.
Please.
Like even when we just had the conversation yesterday with the other business owners, and they was talking about, I won't go off into their part of the conversation because it was off camera, but they did speak of some practices, you know, that people do that are non-conducive of, you know, productive businesses. And one of the things is that you have to appreciate the feedback.
You have to.
You have to.
You can't ask for
Everybody ain't hating.
No.
Everybody ain't hating. Especially if it's all kind of
in line.
You know.
Exactly. Come on.
Now, if I done seen 17,000 people saying, "Ooh, this sauce is good," and I say this shit nasty, I'm probably hating.
Maybe.
I might be. I might be. You know what I mean? But if I see, you know, a good mixture of people saying, "Yeah," I might.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but
sense.
that's a whole nother topic. But again,
yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited. My nigga, we're excited. Two things I enjoy most in this world: one, clothes; two, free shit.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
No. All jokes aside, it has been an absolute pleasure. You have been a great guest.
Thank you so much.
Have shared your truths. You have shared much more than I ever expected you to share, and I appreciate you more and more for it.
No
like I told you when you first walked in the door, you have a fan. You low-key had a kind of super fan-ish.
Oh man.
But now my nigga, like no, seriously, you're a great person. I have enjoyed this. It has truly been a conversation.
Yeah.
And I thank you. Without guests or people for me to talk to, I don't know if I would still be doing this. So just as, you know, just as much as you're thanking me, no, sir. I am thanking you. Thank you so very much.
No doubt. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Anything else?
No, just shout out to the team, shout out to C's, shout out to Ryan, shout out to Andrew, shout out to obviously my wife and the Monster family. I love y'all. And shout out to everybody who loves me and support me. Shout out to St. Louis, because honestly y'all have been holding me down.
Listen.
And like I said, it from here to the moon, baby. And yeah, I love y'all. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And that concludes our show. Thank you guys so very much for watching today. Again, really quickly, thank you so very much, Mr. Stringz EMB, and everyone else out there. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and until next time, stay tuned.
And shout out to Willie Rose.
Yes, shout out to Willie Rose, because Willie, I need a discount code. No. But thank you guys so very much.
Lights on, the sun is shining on me, but still I'm feeling lonely.